Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So they say the California and in particular Los Angeles market has slowed down, but we just went and had a look at a $38 million home here in Brentwood. So I'm not sure what slowing down means, but people are still building and these mega homes are still on the market, ready to be bought. The property is 15,000 square feet. It is 9 bedrooms and 16, that is correct, 16 bathrooms as they do in Los Angeles. The house is new construction, modern design and build like most of the homes that are here on the market in Los Angeles. So in my opinion, the house is pretty spectacular in terms of the square footage, the size, what they've managed to create, the ultra modern feel. But I will say, and I like to be critical but without sounding like I'm hating, as they say here in the USA. It is very similar to a lot of the homes that we've seen. It's modern, the finishes are pretty good, but it's not anything that you walk out of and you say, oh, wow, that was something that I haven't seen before. Now, whether that's a must or not, for me, because I see so many homes, after a while they start looking very similar. And though the finishes were fantastic, as I already said, the kitchen for once was actually a large kitchen for a house this size. Usually we see homes and the kitchen, for the size and the square footage that you get, they're so small. They're equivalent to what you would get in like a 3-bedroom standard home. So it was nice to see a really nice, big, spacious, usable kitchen area, which actually connected very well with the area that went outside, the barbecue area and the pool. It had a very, very good connection to that. So in that sense, it was beautiful. The primary bedroom was amazing. The fact that it had dual closets and dual bathrooms on either side of the bedroom was also beautiful. One of my favorite designs of having the separation on both sides, so you're not disturbing each other, and also not having to walk through the bedroom to go to the closet or the bathroom also is a definite plus point from my perspective. The house is on 3 levels, including a basement. Now, when I say basement, it's not your typical dingy basement that most people would think what a basement looks like. It is in fact a basement that even has windows on one side and doors. It's one of the ways in which developers can add square footage to homes on the hillside. Now what they do is they dig down, they create retaining walls, and they create a subterranean space. It costs substantially more than ground floor and first floors, second floors, but when you go into the basement, you're creating essentially space that you shouldn't have been allowed to do in the first place. When I say that, I mean in terms of you've already maxed out your square footage that you're allowed on the upper floors. So what do people do? And developers, they go down into the basement, so all of that becomes additional space on top of what the city allows them. Now there is challenges to that at the moment, and it's known as the wildlife ordinance, if I'm not mistaken. And what they're trying to do is stop people digging down into the hillside and creating these basement spaces. One of the other really nice features about the house was that most of the bedrooms on the upper floor, in fact I think all the bedrooms on the upper floor, had access to an outdoor space that wrapped around the deck, wrapped around the entire back end of the house, so you had views into the backyard from every bedroom and essentially connected each bedroom from one to the other, so you could just walk down this balcony space and just walk from one bedroom to another bedroom. One thing I will add is that the house did have an absolutely huge, humongous garage. One of the largest I've actually ever seen. So I would probably say you could fit around 15 to 20 cars in that house. But again, if you have a house party, do you want people coming in and out of your private garage? I would imagine a person that owns this house already has a collection of 7-8 cars of their own that they want to park in there. The price, $38 million, is it worth the money? Now, it's always tough when you have to answer a question like this because the house was spectacular. It is large, it's in a fantastic area, but $38 million for 15,000 square feet is up there, it really is. So is it worth the price point? Well, one of the things that I would definitely say was a negative for the house was the drive into the house. So you go down a road, and off that road I believe there was one other house. Essentially you don't have your own private driveway, you have to drive down a pretty narrow road in order to get to your property, which at $38 million, you know, I always look at it, would I pay $38 million for the house? No, I wouldn't. Would I say it's worth $38 million? It's hard to tell because a lot of these homes actually start off at the upper end. You could almost say an aspirational price point when they first hit the market. And then there's price cuts and price cuts. If I had to guess how much this house would sell for, I would say around the 30s, maybe 30, 31. I really don't see it selling much more than that. But we'll see. It's always interesting to go back in 6 months or a year because that is how long typically these larger homes sell for at best. Sometimes they're on the market for a couple of years, but it's always interesting to go back and have a look and see what the property sold for.